So if you were sad or maybe something was going on emotionally within you, would you get help right away?
I first got the feeling that I may be depressed in 9th grade, 2nd semester.
But then like my family separated and I lost friends and life got tough.
So sometimes it's our mind that's making our body hurt.
My mom got deported.
Y mi vida se divide en dos, lo que tuve y lo que ya no estoy.
For the last 4 years or so, I've been struggling with self-doubt, cultural shock, and a lot of mixed feeling with depression and my own personal feeling.
لأنه هذا مو تصرف سلبي الإنسان يعني هو قام فيه بإرادته عشان نحن نخجل منه، لا هذا إشي صار غصب عنه زي ما قال إنه لأنه مريض يعني، فبالتالي إنه ما في داعي إحنا نخجل منه.
The Green Reaper there because I felt like he was like there with me, like keeping an eye on me, like when's my time. So like when I'm gonna like start thinking of suicide. And I have started.
Stigma is a barrier. Do you guys know what a barrier is? Yes. Right? Yeah. Something that like holds us back.
We are MECCA, 7 community organizations making an impact in our communities and changing the way we see mental health.
My name is
The first thing we did was create safe places to share our stories.
Judgment, do not judge each other, get involved and ask questions.
به خاطر دردی که داریم شعر مرهم دردم.
And of course, we brought a lot of food because food brings people together.
So before we really get started on learning more and kind of sharing our stories about mental health, we're actually going to do the first art activity.
It can be a collage, it can be whatever art form you choose to use. We have a bunch of materials over there of how you think mental health is currently seen by the public.
The artwork that I'm creating right now, the image that I'm envisioning is like a single tear, but it has a lot of death in it. Like there's more to just one tear.
When I was first diagnosed with depression, it was last year. It was right after when my mom battled cancer.
Because we are trapped in ourselves, I feel like this person or this eyeball thing, they're in pain. The one single tear means a whole story.
I've been through therapy. I eventually healed, and I realized that it's okay to feel everything that I felt, and it's okay if you're going through stuff. Everyone will go through things, and you're not alone.
Esta es mi familia, mis hermanos, una línea de separación.
En el sur estaba rodeada de toda mi familia. Cuando vengo para el norte estoy sola sin mi familia.
Ahorita me siento como en un hoyo profundo al cual voy a salir.
Porque es las memories, las que yo tengo en mi cabeza, que mi hijo se ponía, hacía como una casita arriba del árbol. Y aquí estaba, y son recuerdos que tengo de cuando mi hijo era muy feliz.
Life is just so hard because you guys go home and if anything happens to you, the first person you guys go to is your mom. And for me, it's not that way.
MECCA has been using the arts as a vehicle to draw out people's experiences, feelings, and have conversations about mental health. Art allows us to share our mental health journeys. We believe art can heal.
Growing up, I had problems, concentrating, focusing. I think I even got depressed as a child, but nobody noticed. It wasn't, normal to go to therapy or have your child evaluated. And I grew up like that. Art has been my salvation and my therapy. I have been able to get so much out by expressing my feelings and emotions. Sometimes it's hard to verbalize it or vocalize it. And with the drawing and the painting and the poetry and the writing, I have just flourished as a person, and I just feel happier when I have art in my life, and I think it benefits. It is therapy.
من سکوت خیش را گم کردم. لاجرم در این هیاهو گم شدم. من که خود افسانه می پرداختم، عاقبت افسانه مردم شدم.
اسم شعر هست تا به مرز تمنایت برو. به هنگام آفرینش خدا با یکی که ما سخن میگوید.
من فکر کنم ما ایرانی‌ها به این دلیل شعر دوست داریم که درد داریم. زبان گویای ماست.
It gives us self-confidence. First of all, first self-esteem, because we understand that what we are, what's our ability. We should not be proud of ourselves. So, and also feel more responsibility towards the society.
میگه اسرار ازل را نه تو دانی و نه من. وین حرف معما نه تو خوانی و نه تو دانی و نه من. هست از پس پرده گفتگوی من و تو.
شعری از حافظ. هر وقت خوش که دست دهد مغتنم شمار، کس را وقوف نیست که انجام کار چیست.
مثلا فرض کنید یه شاعری داریم شهریار، میگه شهریارا گو دل از ما مهربانان نشکنند، ورنه قاضی در قضا نامهربانی میکند. این خودش یه داستانه، یه صفحه نوشته است که توی سطر میگه ما به خاطر دردی که داریم شعر مرهم دردامون.
We also talked about the stigma of people with disabilities.
Good job. Do you want to do some clouds? Let's do some clouds.
I asked to him, how many friends do you have in school? Only one.
Yeah.
Parents and grandparents talked about how they take on stigma every single day.
Do you believe there is stigma and more stigma in our communities?
Stigma is very subjective.
Yeah.
Some people will say my kid is super special needs. Some kids will say there's nothing wrong with her. I mean, some parents will say there's nothing wrong with her.
Maya went up to a customer and stood next to him and just kind of stared at him like she tends to do. And the man came up to me and said, you know she's annoying. I said, I know she is, pal. She's special needs. So he checked out. He started to walk out the door. He stopped. He turned around and came back to me and said, will you accept my apology? I had no idea she was special needs.
Mi experiencia con mis dos hijos sobre estigma ha sido que ellos han sido rechazados y tratados diferente por la manera en que ellos responden de manera diferente y los ven como si tuvieran alguna enfermedad.
Yo saludo, pero él no. Y muchas personas piensan, no, es un niño que no sea maleducado. Exacto. Eso es lo primero que dicen. Sí.
Juzgan sin entender.
Claro. Y pienso que los seres humanos no deberíamos de ser así porque en sí no sabemos la historia de esa persona.
So, the stigma we feel, I think, as parents and grandparents of special needs kids is heavy, what Gloria was saying. It's, we get into that stigma ourselves. And whether it's at a conscious level or at a subconscious level, it weighs us down, takes us to a very low negative energy.
If a child is acting out, is that just being a kid?
خودسر طفل گریه نمیکنه یا باید گوش نباشه مریض باشه و یا کدام دلیل یا علتی وجود داشته باشه.
المشاكل اللي بتصير معنا بعقلنا بنفسيتنا مو سهل كتير صعب علينا بالعرب community.
En la comunidad latina es más común porque a veces somos más ignorantes en ese, vivimos más preocupados en otras cosas que en lo que realmente importa.
يمكن ما ربينا على انه نفتح قلبنا لحدا، ما ربينا على انه نقدر نحكي عن مشاكلنا النفسيه اللي بتصير معنا قدام اي حدا.
Yo digo que es mejor acercarse para crear más apoyo y poder ayudar a la persona a que salga adelante.
Like right now I'm facing the identity crisis of like, what am I going to do with my life? How should I live on? Like back then, all my dream and goals was just make my parents happy, and they were happy. Like straight A's, medals. You can go into the door. The first thing you'll see is this showcase full of medals and certificates and my name, and like everywhere. If they're happy with that, what else should I do? Like, what is my life? Okay, this one says intense pain, mental darkness, degrade essence of humanity. And then this way goes degrade and this way goes pain. So right now I'm going through a journey to find myself while trying to deal with my parents' expectation to like be out there in the world and get a stable job. And dealing with all the expectations, it really brings down my mental health. I know I'm not as pretty as she wants me to be, or as smart as she wants me to be, but I just can't help it. So, yeah.
What percentage of Asian Americans have a mental health condition?
14?
And you guys have to remember that. All right, so we have 14%, 40%, 35% and 30%, so this part is kind of similar here. The answer is 13.9. That is very low. Are you guys shocked? That is 13.9%. Because most of you said 30, 40%.
So why do you think that number is lower than you expected?
There's a really big stigma with mental health when it comes to, Asian culture and the way that our people see it. Because in Vietnamese, the word for mental health is bị bệnh tâm thần, and that, relates to
sickness.
Like a mental asylum, kind of.
Oh, really? Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So it's not, crazy, essentially.
Yeah.
So if you walk up to your parents, it's like, oh, hey, I have a mental illness, and they don't speak English, and you have to translate that to Vietnamese, they're going to start freaking out and, thinking that there's something.
When I told my parents that I wanted to go work in mental health, they asked me, có muốn làm việc với người bị bệnh điên à? Which turns into, you want to work with the people with crazy sickness. And to them, that was a perfectly normal way to conceptualize working in mental health. And it's super, super harmful because to them, anybody who has a mental illness is automatically seen as less than. Không có bình thường, not normal. That's the words, the language that the Vietnamese culture uses to talk about mental health. It causes the kids who grow up with it to be really uncomfortable discussing it because they don't want to be seen as less than, they don't want to be seen as crazy.
What does it mean to have a healthy mind?
អ្នកនឹងជឿថានឹងអាចជួយយើងឲ្យយោបល់មកយើងល្អអាចនាំយើងទៅកាន់សេចក្តីរីករាយមួយដូចថាបំបត្តិទុក្ខសោកបាន
អារម្មណ៍នឹងវាមានពីរអារម្មណ៍ល្អអារម្មណ៍អាក្រក់អារម្មណ៍អាក្រក់នឹងធ្វើឲ្យយើងពិបាក
ព្រោះអីអ៊ំមានខ្លួនអ៊ំហើយអ៊ំដឹងខ្លួនអ៊ំមានអាហ្នឹងដល់គេនិយាយមកគេមានអាហ្នឹងដែរប្រាប់គេឲ្យទៅពេទ្យទៅត្រាំលេបគេអត់ជឿយើង
یک مریضی شرم نداره خجالت آدم نمیکشه که یکی از اعضای فامیل ما مریض است تکلیف داره باز ما به او خجالت بکشه که باز فامیل ما مریض است کار درست نیست
cualquier clase cualquier situación que vivimos
compartirla, no comérnosla, no tenerla interior porque nos hace daño y exteriorizarla ya para afuera, platicando con alguien ya es una ayuda.
សួរមួយហេតុអីបានអ្នកដែរនិយាយពីបញ្ហាផ្លូវចិត្តនៅផ្ទះ
និយាយទៅខ្លាចគេអត់ស្ដាប់យើងគេអត់យល់យើង
در فرهنگ ما همونطور که ذکر کردن دیدگاه ها در گذشته یه چیزی بود الان یه چیزی دیگه است بچه های جدید new generation definitely they have changed.
I feel comfortable sharing my feelings about my mental health with my friends.
You can talk to your friends about it, and sometimes they won't believe you, and they might take advantage of it and make your life worse. But sometimes, if they're true good friends, then they would help you and try to comfort you.
إلا إن بعض الأشخاص بتهتم بالحالة دي وبتراعيها أكتر من غيرها. لكن الحالة العامة إن هي بتسيء فهم الحالة المرضية.
No es fácil hablar, solamente que tengas muchísima confianza con una persona, se lo vas a poder contar.
Because sometimes you can tell your friends how you're feeling, but there's some things that you just don't want to tell them, and you would want to keep it to yourself.
Que muchas veces nos callamos porque ¿qué va a decir mi vecina o qué va a decir mi pariente o cualquier persona que conozca nuestra historia? La crítica de la gente, a eso tenemos miedo.
در گذشته به محضی که صحبت از روانشناس میشد مردم با یک دیوانه مقایسه میکردن و براشون برخورنده بود میگفتم مگه من دیوونم که برم پیش روانشناس خودت
que les he dicho yo que por qué no van, me dicen porque van a decir que estoy loca. Van a decir que estoy loca. Eso es lo que dicen.
I have very supportive parents, and so they never once were angry or they blamed me for having depression or anxiety. They're very supportive throughout it, but I know that some of my friends that are struggling it right now, their parents aren't as supportive as mine.
And if I was not a teenager, if I was not constrained by like parental like supervision or anything, I would have honestly went to seek a psychiatrist on my own time, like because I really wanted to do like the talks and like this not necessarily get diagnosed, but I really wanted to talk it out with like a professional, but then I really couldn't because if I would have to talk to my parents.
Our community experiences PTSD at levels that are unheard of, 17 times greater than the national average. PTSD doesn't necessarily translate word for word in Khmer, but they do understand some things like bat or broken courage and how one can experience broken courage. And I've heard about it spoken of in ways that are empathetic, especially among folks who have survived the genocide. They know what broken courage feels like. So it would be nice to see younger generations feel or sense that they are supported by their elders and older folks who have experienced that as well.
Stigma comes in many forms and affects us all more than we realize.
There's nobody in this world that has never gone through depression. I would say if you didn't go through depression, then that means something's wrong with you.
Stand up if you ever felt sad.
I believe that our schools and communities need to work together to address mental health for the benefit of all of us.
Yo creo que los niños con diferentes discapacidades tienen el mismo derecho que los niños típicos.
Tôi tin là mỗi người đã trải qua bị bệnh trầm cảm.
I want people to be more comfortable around people who have mental health issues because they deserve to be loved as much as we do.
I believe that the way to tackle mental health issues is through the population or community health approach.
I want people to know that not all mental illnesses are the same. Some are permanent, but also some are treatable, and that you can still have a productive life.
ផ្លូវចិត្តវាដូចជាជំងឺទូទៅបើយើងមិនព្យាបាលគឺវាអត់ជាទេគឺយើងត្រូវតែព្យាបាលទើបវាជានឹងមានសុខភាពល្អដូចដើម
Mình cần biết thêm về tâm bệnh trong cộng đồng mình.
I believe that anyone can experience a mental illness at any time.
تهتم بمعالجة مشاكل النفسية والعقلية مثل ما بنهتم بمعالجة أي مشكلة عضوية.
I want people to be comfortable discussing mental illnesses the same way as physical illnesses.
Yo creo que la sociedad puede cambiar si ponemos más atención.
I believe in mental health services for all communities, regardless of race, ethnicity, class, or gender.
I believe that our schools need to become compassionate places where students, parents, families, and even staff can talk about mental health.
As you have seen, sharing our stories connects us all. It lets us know we are not alone.
Un peso de encima, como se me quitó.
Thank you for sharing your art.
I think it's such a beautiful thing that you're raising awareness for something that's considered so taboo in the Korean community, that's considered so that's a stigma in the Asian community, and I'm really thankful for the experience.
There is no reason we should be suffering in silence. Sometimes all we need to do is talk. Together we can change the way we see mental health.
I want to be healthy and I want everybody to be healthy.